Many students throughout the country just celebrated spring break, and as you can imagine, a lot of them like to go to beach towns and party with drugs and alcohol, something that Fox News has been very outspoken against for quite some time. Now, something really tragic happened in Panama City, Florida recently. A spring breaker, a woman, was raped by 3 individuals, and it was all caught on camera. Now, this rape didn't happen in a discreet way. It happened on the beach in public with many people watching, and no one did anything about it. Now, 3 individuals have been arrested as a result of that video being posted online. Earlier reports indicated that 2 students from Troy University in Alabama were arrested just days ago over a video obtained by authorities depicting a gang rape during spring break. Delonte Martiste and Ryan Calhoun have been charged with sexual battery by multiple perpetrators. And we have pictures of the 2 guys who have gotten arrested. And since that report was published, the 3rd suspect has been arrested as well. Now, this is a terrible story. It brings up a lot of issues regarding rape culture. Why is it that people witnessed it but didn't do anything about it? We can have a really good conversation about this so we can make changes in society. Well, Sean Hannity wants to take it in another direction and start blaming the wrong people for this. Who did he blame? Jon Stewart. Take a look.
Well, I think this is a perfect example of liberals' cognitive dissonance, where they say, everything's cool, hey, it's spring break, people party, women are the same as men, and when you have that stupid lie in your mind, you end up making women more vulnerable. These women are not as strong as men, and when you let them go down there, you're a terrible parent. If you let your son go down there, you're a fairly bad parent, but sons are different than daughters.
Wait a minute, I kind of agree with him about my daughter over my dead body. That's it. Not happening. Well, Daddy's not paying for it.
You are a great dad.
All right, so they blamed parents, and then they also blamed Jon Stewart for this, because apparently when Jon Stewart made fun of Fox News's negative coverage of spring break, that somehow led to rape. Okay, they said insane things. Let me give you a few quotes. I'll tell you the truth. The crimes do not get reported. That's what one cop said, which is true. And then one other person says that Stewart and his Daily Show writers were cracking jokes like we're at a rape roast. Okay, that's not what Jon Stewart was making fun of. What Jon Stewart was making fun of is the fact that Fox News is obsessed with the issue of spring break, and they're not doing it because they're genuinely concerned about the youth. They're doing it because they want an excuse to show pictures or videos of women in bikinis and be like, how dare you guys? Could you look at all these sexy women in bikinis? We are outraged by this. Now take another look.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Sean is a nut. I mean, point blank, let's end it there. You can't watch Fox News without seeing how crazy some of these stories are. I mean, for them to go around and say, I would never send my daughter. I wish that Facebook was around so we could see some of the photos of them when they were 18, 19, 20 and what they did at spring break.
That's a great point.
And what they never got caught for. I mean, it's just disgusting because, like you said, we could really be having some very serious conversations about this. I mean, about like rape culture, like you said, and why people are so desensitized. You know, like we watch all these videos on Facebook, we see people fighting, and so all of a sudden when something's happening, no longer is our issue. We're just supposed to sit back and watch because this is where we're getting as a culture. But instead, they want to show those videos and do this. Just come on, like, give me a break.
And they're politicizing an issue that is beyond serious, right?
Yeah.
So I get it. Sometimes a tragedy occurs and people do politicize it. Let's say there's a mass shooting and people politicize it by talking about gun control. I think in that case, politicizing makes sense because it is an issue that has a direct connection to the tragedy. In this case, you just want to make fun of liberals or you want to criticize liberals. Let me give you another statement. Jon Stewart and all these smug liberals who are laughing the whole time are the same as the bystanders who walked by. That is not the case at all. Jon Stewart never, ever had one portion of his show where he was making fun of a rape victim.
Never.
Right.
Like, I watched it back because I was thinking, did I miss something here? Like, let me just check just to make sure. Because sometimes comedy can go too far. But in this case, it did not go too far. You just have crazy nuts, again, getting into the media and getting into people's minds and having them be confused and not focus on what they really should be focusing on.